Yeah, hi. Good evening, everybody. This is Raj here, and this evening we are presenting the project, final project report, and the part of it is uh, the web analysis and cracking of web passwords using Kali Linux. The agenda for this presentation is to understand what is web, the web vulnerabilities, and how do we crack web password using Kali Linux. Uh, what exactly is web? Uh, Web is pretty much an old standard, and everybody uh, in network management would know what exactly is web. Web is the wired equivalent privacy, which is authentication a Wi-Fi authentication standard with the protection mechanism offered by IEEE 802.11 standard. Operates on the media access control, that is a MAC layer. Uh, Aim is to provide data privacy equivalent to the level of wired network. Web algorithm is used to protect wireless communication from eavesdropping. Uh, Before getting into web vulnerabilities, the major encryption mechanism that web utilizes is from the RC4, where you have 24 bits of IVs, which are used to uh, get this uh, you used as a key for encryption and decryption. The web vulnerabilities may basically the IV mechanism has made the protocol vulnerable. The IEEE 802.11 does not specify how to generate the IVs. Uses 40 or 104 bits key with 24 bits IV. RC4 key stream repeats if IVs are repeated, which is a major flaw in the web design implementation. The reason why we discussed IV is because IV is the main component or an object which is utilized to break the passwords, the web password. We'll look into how this password is cracked using the Kali Linux in our next video. Let me log into the Kali box which I have used installed recently for this particular project and see how we can use uh, the the application. So once the username, I mean, like type in the main username that is a root, and then the password. Log into the, the device that is the Kali Linux box, and you can see I've already tried using this. But let me just close it and revisit everything again. So prior to Kali Linux, to earlier versions had aerodump -nng commands or aeromon commands, which were used to generate the replay attacks and get the IVs, increase the number of IVs, and then try to extract the password out of it. But recently, I mean, like with the latest development of applications, uh, Kali Linux has exclusive application for wireless attacks. And out of that, the main application that we are looking at is the Wi-Fi, or the one what we are interested today is called as Wi-Fi. And we look into this, the Wi-Fi. Uh, Wi-Fi is an application which can crack the WPA, the web, and also the WPS passwords. You look into this, the WPA, web, and then the WPS. So the since we are interested only in the web, uh, The simple command is to type in Wi-Fi and then dash dash web. It'll activate. I mean, like it'll find out the networks and start scanning, and it'll also use the wireless LAN interface what we have configured on our machine to try and scan the networks and try to generate an attack. Let's enter this command, and if you look into this, you have here the wireless LAN 1 and wireless LAN 0 monitor. These are the two interfaces which I have configured. I don't see any target networks yet, but let's see. The reason is, like, I have installed two or three networks, so that is the reason why I'm not seeing the target network yet. But let me just select the capturing interface. I'll select the wireless LAN 0, which is my baseline. So go with it. The scanning of the wireless networks will take time. I mean, like, around about uh, 10 to 15 minutes. Depends upon how complex you have given the password as. Uh, let's wait for, like, a little bit, and then see how it can generate the various IVs, start generating the IVs, and then crack the password. To save some time, I have got the screenshot for uh, the the scanning. If you look into this, the screenshot, this is taken, and, like, the number of it shows the target, and preparing the attack. It gives the fake authentication, and then cracking the password. So it generates, like, 18,873 IVs and still generating. I've just taken a screenshot of this, and if you look into a more in-depth analysis, I mean, like, here you can see that it has successfully cracked the password. It has generated total of 19,902 IVs, and it has successfully cracked the password. And the password is the 71776572774. I think that's the phone number for Harrisburg area, and that is where I live. So, and then, I mean, like, once you get the password, I mean, like, you're pretty much into the network, and see the that is how, I mean, like, it is simple to crack the password using Kali Linux. I mean, like, of course, it is the Kali Linux has been the core, or, like, one of the key applications or the tools for any hacker over the years. Coming back to the web, the conclusion for the web is, like, uh, web has become, I mean, like, the old, it was developed in 2000, in 2004. It became obsolete to a point where, like, the FBI has conducted a session exclusively to crack the web passwords. It you I mean, like, it utilizes, it should, I mean, like, since it has become vulnerable, obviously we need to utilize better wireless algorithms, or wireless authentication better authentication mechanisms, like WPA, WPA2, or PSK, with PSK or TKIP. Okay. The other way, I mean, like, to look around is the technology has been changing a lot. The kind of technology what we had 5 years, it has drastically changed, and it has completely taken a 360-degree turn. So I would suggest, like, the infrastructure services guys, to be, like, on top of the technology and adapt the latest algorithms, whichever comes up. I mean, like, utilize the algorithms, the latest algorithms, to avoid, to overcome the vulnerabilities. uh, Thanks a lot for taking time in reviewing the presentation.